All right, so it all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen, as we set our eyes on the #1 light heavyweight contender. Daniel, I often say the greatest part of this job for you and me is seeing a non-champion break through and strike UFC gold for the first time.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best because you watch these athletes over the course of the fight week try to wrap their mind around how big of a chance they have. And then when you get to Saturday night, you can see it on their face. They're just thinking about what life looks like after. If I get it done, how does my life change? Tonight he has an opportunity to change everything in regards to his life.
And his fight week has been exceptional. It was a great weight cut, very forthcoming in our fighter meeting. All eyes on the #1 205-pound contender here tonight. All right, folks, here he is with much fanfare, the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion. Big challenge in front of him tonight, but this man looks like an individual who could reign for some time.
Well, he reigns atop what was the UFC's glamour division. You go from Tito Ortiz to Chuck Liddell to Randy Couture, John Jones, Mauricio Shogun, who has so many great champions have held this title, that there is a lot of credibility that comes with it. This man loves that he is the 205-pound champion and knows how difficult it is to reign for a long time in such a tough division.
A lot of budding contenders coming his way. We'll see how he handles this particular challenge here tonight. Well, so much UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight. The athletes are ready to go. Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight title fight. All right, now for the particulars, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Lyoto, the Dragon Machida. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Assassin.
Mark Goddard, as good as it gets if you're a fighter. You're probably the guy you want in there. Here we go. Looks as though he's dealing with a cut above the eye here. Able to check that kick as well.
Early in the fight, he already has hurt. Oh my goodness, John, this could be a quick night. He still fired back, even though he hurt bad.
The story remains the same, and still the man at 205 pounds and the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion.
Wow, John, this guy is an absolute grinder, and he imposed himself on his opponent, and he keeps the UFC championship.
right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 22 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Assassin.
And new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. You just heard it there from Bruce Buffer. DC, you have heard those words before yourself. This was the glamour division for a long time, and the champion remains as such.
Because of the great champions of the past in the UFC at 205, the Tito Ortizes, Randy Couture's, John Jones, myself, so many great fighters have held this belt that it has been long the glamour division of the company, and tonight he puts his name among the best fighters the UFC has ever seen. Congratulations.